What's going on, Patriots? I'm going to give a few minutes for some people to file in here for this live. We're going to talk about the acquittal of Donald Trump today. So yes, but should we be happy? So we're gonna address this topic with a few things. So keep in mind this is kind of thrown together here, but I've got some very good stuff to show you, some good points to talk about. And we're gonna, again, I'm not trying to buzzkill anybody, so don't panic. So just stick with me. We're just letting a few people bounce in here. What's up, Josh? Great day for Patriots. You are correct. It is a great day for Patriots. But again, we're going to get into that subject. Should we be happy, though? For now, enjoy the moment for sure. And of course, Terry Lynn is, I'm going to share this comment up here. Boom, acquitted. So yes, very, very good news. We're gonna dive into some topics here. So folks popping in, I'm glad to see you guys popping in here in the viewer. So don't go anywhere. We're gonna dive into some topics, folks. All right. So, all right. First things first. Let's go ahead and get started, folks. So yes, it is true. Donald Trump was acquitted with a vote of 57 to 43. Okay. Now, as far as the rhinos, we will get to those. There was 7 of them this time. We actually gained a rhino, I believe, from the last time. I believe we gained like Burr. Somebody went over. Now I'm going to explain all of this here. So you guys, again, everybody revel in the fact right now that yes, Donald Trump was acquitted. Okay. So that is excellent, excellent news. But should we be happy? That's a subject I want to dive into some things. And I don't mean that as in happy like right now. I'm not trying to buzzkill anybody. But should we be happy overall? We're gonna tap into some things. First, I want to get to some bullet points because I think this might make some people happy. All right. Some of you may be interested to know that here's some reasons why the Democrats didn't want Trump's legal team to call in Pelosi to testify. Because remember, today they started to open the door for witnesses. So Trump's team was like, okay, you want to open that door? You want to go there? Fine, we can go there. We'll bring in tons of witnesses. I mean, Vander Veen was like, I think that's his name, right? If I'm mispronouncing his name, but he's like the main lawyer we saw today. He was awesome. And he was just like, fine, you want to go there? I'm going to put the hammer down, and I've got hundreds of witnesses we're going to bring in here. So they took a break, they talked it over, and they just sort of admitted her hearsay statement, and that was it. And they decided to move forward. So, of course, the whole witnesses thing was kind of shut down again. And why is that? Because first of all, as Cruz said, Senator Cruz mentioned during break, he said, look, all they got to do is start calling in like the sergeant at arms, Nancy Pelosi. These are people that were kind of overseeing security, and the sergeant at arms denied extra security. So right there was going to kill all their stuff about Trump, and wanting this to happen, and he knew it was going to happen, and he didn't do anything about it. Look, folks, he didn't have to do anything about it because it's not his job to secure the Capitol. He let that, just like with any leaders, there's positions in life that are delegated to certain people. You don't micromanage all of them. All right. So the security of the Capitol rested on other people. They had intel that all came in. The intel was passed around. Again, Pelosi knew. The sergeant at arms knew. So with that being said, House impeachment managers folded. All right. They folded this morning and backed off witnesses after Trump's legal team announced that Speaker Pelosi would be called to testify. This is what I'm talking about. The Democrats went straight to closing arguments because they have no case and they wanted to protect Nancy Pelosi. And the reason why Democrats didn't want Pelosi to testify is because she knew about the planned attack on the Capitol beforehand. See, this is just what I was talking about. So the FBI, NYPD, and even USCP had prior knowledge of plans for violence at the U.S. Capitol, including intel threatening murder of police officers. If this was a planned attack, you can't accuse the president of inciting a spontaneous attack when it was planned days before. Now, the Democrats wanted to try to build up a case where Trump was like building up people and all this other crap. But folks, you know, our movement, Trump has built up our movement of law and order. That's what he's built up with us. He's built up and instilled all of his supporters that we are better than the looters and the rioters that truly was behind attacking the Capitol and all the riots over the summer long. So if anything, Trump, what he did over his movement was make us all better by not letting us go out and destroy stuff. Anyways, if this was a plan, okay, so investigative reporter John Solomon filed an FOIA request for records related to the D.C. police's probe of the siege of the Capitol. Now, Solomon dropped a bombshell last month when he said that D.C. police rejected his FOIA request for records pertaining to their investigation of the siege of the Capitol. The D.C. police said release of the records. Now, listen up, folks. They said, this is what the D.C. police said, that release of the records would be personally embarrassing and privacy invading to releasing the documents. So, of course, John Solomon told former Missouri Governor Eric Greitens, we're going to fight for those documents, but something tells me what's in those documents has some very, very big relevance to what happened on the Hill. And the question I have is, what did Nancy Pelosi know? What did Mitch McConnell know about these threats beforehand? Now, I want to interject in these points and say Project Veritas also has video, and we've shared it on our group, that we have video showing Senator Crikey, Schmeikey, whatever his name is, a senator talking candidly, undercover camera, that Mitch McConnell knew this was planned, folks. This was staged. This was orchestrated. There is people that know more than they want to tell us, and that's why they didn't want to get in the witnesses. This would have opened a whole Pandora's box. John Solomon also explained that the Sergeant at Arms is constantly communicating with the Speaker of the House. So again, Pelosi must have known about the threats days before the Capitol riot. The question is, what did Pelosi know? Now, again, this is what I'm talking about. The Democrats knew this stuff ahead of time. That's why they were trying to lay out an argument that Trump was inciting things way back when, that he built up a movement that led to the riot. And that's not true, and they know it. The truth is, they incited stuff all through the summer, all through the year, all for the last 4 years that culminated in this. But anyways, so folks, there is a real potential right now for this to pivot and be aimed at Nancy Pelosi. Maybe the rumors are true. Maybe the photographs are true. Maybe she's wearing an ankle bracelet. Maybe she is under the custody of the U.S. Marshals. So if y'all haven't seen those images and those things, check it out. There's video, there's images. So there could be some truth to that, folks. I don't want to get into conspiracy theories, but I want to really point out that this could be what's lining up. Anyways, so moving on from Nancy Pelosi, but I think that's good news in that regards, that this could pivot to her. So before we dive further into this, folks, I just say, look, folks, we've got we've got to go check this out one more time. All right. We got to check this out one more time, folks. So here we go. And I'm going to put the mic down here.
The yeas are 57. The nays are 43. 2/3 of the senators present not having voted guilty. The Senate judges that the respondent, Donald John Trump, former president of the United States, is not guilty as charged in the article of impeachment. The presiding officer directs judgment to be entered in accordance with the judgment of the Senate as follows. The Senate, having tried Donald John Trump, former president of the United States, upon one article of impeachment exhibited against him by the House of Representatives, and 2/3 of the senators present not having found him guilty of the charge contained therein, it is therefore ordered and adjudged that the said Donald John Trump be, and he is hereby acquitted of the charge in said article.
All right. So, and just I don't want to hear. I really don't want to hear Schumer's voice anymore because he just goes on to pretty much formally close the Senate. So, guys, 57-43. Now, when we started this, we had 56-44 in favor of moving on to the trial, which means we had one more Republican get converted over. So I'm going to read to you the 7 people, which is Burr, Collins, Cassidy, Murkowski, Romney, Sass, and Toomey. Okay, so those were the 7 rhinos that switched over. Now, it goes without saying, folks, if you are right-leaning and you're constitutionalists and things like that, we've got to work on those 7 people for sure. Now, I'm not saying that just because Mitch McConnell and some of these other people, voted correctly, that we shouldn't get them out of office either. Trust me, there's many other merits why we need to work on several GOP. Okay, now let me get in. This is the topic I want to talk about. But should we be happy? Okay, this is the part I want to talk about. I'm not trying to bring you down because I do, and like my wife said, suck it, Chucky. I put that. Look, suck it, Chucky. So what I want to talk about first, all right, before we get to the president, because the president released a statement, I have not read it yet, but I want to say something first. So what I want to say is, look, here's my take on what I witnessed after watching the trial. Okay, the Trump's defense made a clear case. They really did. They made a clear case of the legal part of all this, and it's pretty open and shut, in my opinion. Now, the Democrats were emotional. They tried to use their kids and stories about that their kids their kids were magically like, dude, first of all, your kids are probably echoing all the crap that you say around the house. Like, Trump, I hate Trump. Why is Trump doing this? Why is Trump doing that? So your little stories, your little boo-hoo stories about your kids and why is Trump shut up. Your kids are going to be just as corrupt as you, I'm sure. Anyways, the point is that they did not prove anything. They did not provide any solid evidence. And not only that, they tampered their evidence. They doctored their evidence. This should have been thrown out in any court of law. This is a clown court, a kangaroo court, whatever you want to call it. It don't matter. They're a bunch of clown kangaroos. There you go. They're clown kangaroos. And the defense clearly proved that. So here's my point. We still ended up with 57 senators in our U.S. Senate. I don't care what party they're with. Okay, I don't care what party they're with. Think about this, folks. 57 U.S. senators went against the Constitution. They actually voted in favor of the side that tampered the evidence, that doctored the evidence. Think about that, folks. That's scary. I want you to think about that. 57 United States senators voted for the side that tampered and doctored their evidence. That is scary, folks. I really want you to drive this point home. This should piss you off later. Okay, not right now, we're celebrating. But I'm just telling you, folks, that's the parts that get me. It's like, yes, I love that he was acquitted, and that's amazing, and we're going to celebrate that. Hell yeah. But I want you to think about the future movement going forward, because I'm not giving up. This country still needs to be saved, folks. We still got to get these people out of office. We got to take back our country, because this is insane. 57 United States senators voted on the side of doctoring evidence and lying. They manipulated video. They lied. And 57 United States senators voted. That should tick you off. That's crazy. So guess what, United States citizens? We got to take back our country. All right. So now that I was on my rant, I really hope you guys understood that point, really, because it truly is sad. So let's see what the president has to say. All right. Let's take a moment. So the statement and released by Donald Trump, statement by Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States of America. I'm not going to imitate his voice. I'm sorry I can't. But I'm going to read it for you guys. He goes, I want to first thank my team of dedicated lawyers and others for their tireless work upholding justice and defending truth. My deepest thanks as well to all of the United States senators and members of Congress who stood proudly for the Constitution we all revere and for the sacred legal principles at the heart of our country. Our cherished constitutional republic was founded on the impartial rule of law, the indispensable safeguard for our liberties, our rights, and our freedoms. It is a sad commentary on our lives that one political party in America is given a free pass to denigrate the rule of law, defame law enforcement, cheer mobs, excuse rioters, and transform justice into a tool of political vengeance, and persecute, blacklist, cancel, and suppress all people and viewpoints with whom or which they disagree. I always have and always will be a champion for the unwavering rule of law, the heroes of law enforcement, and the right of Americans to peacefully and honorably debate the issues of the day without malice and without hate. This has been yet another phase of the greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. No president has ever gone through anything like it, and continues because our opponents cannot forget the almost 75 million people, the highest number ever for a sitting president who voted for us just a few short months ago. I also want to convey my gratitude to the millions of decent, hardworking, law-abiding, God and country-loving citizens who have bravely supported these important principles in these very difficult and challenging times. Our historic, patriotic, and beautiful movement to make America great again has only just begun. In the months ahead, I have much to share with you, and I look forward to continuing our incredible journey together to achieve American greatness for all of our people. This has never been anything like it. We have so much work ahead of us, and soon we will emerge with a vision for a bright, radiant, and limitless American future. Together, there is nothing we cannot accomplish. We remain one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And it's our responsibility to preserve this magnificent inheritance for our children and for generations of Americans to come. May God bless you all, and may God forever bless the United States of America. So, folks, again, another amazing statement from the president reaching out. And again, unity. He talks about for all Americans, right? He's trying to bring unity to this country. And we love our president. We love our president. And I'm not talking about the fake one, I'm talking about Donald Trump. We love Donald Trump. We love our president. And yes, he's right. We have a lot of work ahead of us, folks. But guess what? We have a plan. So many of you that are watching this, remember, I'm in contact with DC, and we have access to thousands of people in the grassroots. And we have a plan, folks. So if you're interested in what that plan is and you want to find out, then join me. Join this movement. We're going to take back America. So if you want to know what it is, again, come see me. You can go to www.patriotsforamericafirst.org. You can join the list, and this puts you on our email list. You can join the plan. I'm also going to be having a Zoom meeting coming up soon. So if any of you are interested in becoming leaders in your area, like if you're just like, hey, I want to do something in my area, but I just don't know how. Let me know, because you can organize and get something started in your area, but you don't have to be like out giving speeches and be the forefront person either. You can still organizing things, and you'll be surprised at some of the people you pull in. I've been talking to some local people here in my area, and I've been starting to find out people that want to run for like local offices and positions and stuff. And people, I was surprised. I'm like, really? So this is good news. So if you want to find out how you can get something started in your community, this is what we're all about, folks. We've got your back. We're going to help train you. We're going to help give you resources and tools. And if you want to find out how, again, I'm going to be having a Zoom meeting. Pay attention to the group, Patriots for America First. Again, we're on MeWe. If you haven't been to MeWe, try to get to MeWe, because eventually we're going to stop doing these recordings and we're going to do stuff on Rumble. All of our lives will start being on Rumble soon. But we got Telegram. Again, we've got the social medias out there other than Facebook, and like the traditional stuff, YouTube and Facebook. But we will let you know. I'll let you know as soon as I find out a Zoom, once I have it set up. And then you're welcome to join the Zoom call if you're interested in starting or doing something in your area, and we'll talk about some things. And it's even a good place if you want to come and vent a little bit, if you've got some things that you want to say. So I'll let you guys know that as soon as I find out something. I hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts on everything. I really hope you do think about what the messaging was. The messaging is they don't care about the law. They don't care about these things. They don't care about you, the American people. They only wanted justice. They only wanted vindication. And it was not even proper justice. It was justice in their mind. They were just trying to do anything to hang Donald Trump and to embarrass him and to not let him back in public and political office. They were out for that witch hunt, like Donald Trump said. So, that's what they showed us by their vote, by those 57 people that voted. They voted in favor of a party that doctored evidence. Think about that. Seek the truth, folks.